Another full minute of logos. Over the past year, I spent a cumulative total of almost 3 hours on nothing but movie company logos. So if you think we're going to stop sending them, think again. Comcast. As a fellow earbudaholic, I get having headphones in all the time. But even I would take them out if my entire office was congratulating me on something. Damn, in 42 seconds and with no dialogue, we get the entire setup for this plot, and even some character development. Has a movie ever finished with negative sins before? Cause damn.
How long until we get to his estate?
We've been flying over his estate for the past 2 hours.
Ha ha ha, you knew what he meant, face. Also, 2 hours? I know Nathan's absurdly wealthy and all, but unless this dude's been flying in circles, there's no way he'd have enough land to take that long to fly through.
This is as close as I'm allowed to get to the building.
Nathan, one of the richest men in the world, is somehow unable to build a helipad that is A, far enough away to keep his secrets, and B, doesn't make visitors walk through Deliverance to reach the building.
Keep your head down and get clear of the rotor. Okay.
Isn't this something you should tell your passengers before they depart the helicopter? What if Caleb had just walked out of the copter with his head up high?
Please approach the console and face the screen.
Oh.
Take your key card.
Any reason your super sophisticated card entry AI can't prepare you for your picture to be taken? Or maybe even a video screen for reference? The picture kiosk at the mall has more advanced tech than this. Shut the front door. No, seriously, you have no reason to know it will automatically shut. Shut the front door. Holy it's General Hux and Poe Dameron, together at first. Also, this is a kind of terrible place to hang your heavy bag. I mean, training outside in all of nature's glory is great until the rains come, and your equipment gets all moldy. Cement and glass walls, a dozen dangling light bulbs, and a cow skull on the wall. Basically, all the design trends I hate in one room. While the accommodations are amazing, this TV that will be used to spy on Ava while Caleb himself gets spied on is unbefitting of a rich person. Come on, Nathan. This is supposed to be luxurious, not La Quinta. Boss's blasé bed behavior brings bothersome back sweat bedspread.
Okay, it's not standard. What can I tell you, Caleb? You don't have to sign it.
Not sure I understand why Nathan wouldn't disclose a little bit of info to Caleb to entice him to sign. Caleb, understandably, just wants to know he's not walking into some weird week of being forced to f*** his CEO. Even though his entire empire is digital and can easily accommodate some sort of electronic signature, Nathan has Caleb sign a paper NDA.
Will you come back tomorrow, Caleb?
How does she know the interview is over? Wait, so all the channels are a slightly different version of the same show? Damn, this must be Comcast.
Full facility lockdown until main generator is restored.
I understand it'll become a crucial plot point, and that maybe it's a sign of Nathan's paranoia. But isn't Nathan also smart enough to know you could do a partial lockdown when power is down without endangering anyone else in the facility by locking them in their room? Fine art.
I couldn't open the door to my bedroom.
That's a security measure. Automatic lockdown, otherwise anybody could just open the place up by disabling the juice.
So you're telling me this guy put a security measure in place that might trap him inside his own building? Or even outside? What if he's out punching the heavy bag and this shit happens? He's got all this money and advanced technology and couldn't come up with a better system. I know we need audio reminders that Ava's an android, but why does it make this sound when she turns her head, when the rest of her body is completely silent?
Do you want to be my friend?
Damn, it only took Caleb 2 dates to get friend-zoned.
I spent a long time in hospital afterward, like nearly a year, and I got into coding.
It's the old story of parents die in horrible car crash, kid spends a year in a hospital and gets into coding.
Backup power activated.
The other thing about these plot-convenient power outages that bothers me is why does he not have a backup power source that can at least completely run the most important systems like security and surveillance? The man is rich beyond measure. Wouldn't he have a redundancy built into the system?
You shouldn't trust anything he says.
Power restored.
And if we made a list of books or works of art which we both know, it would form the ideal basis of a discussion.
I love this scene because the very reason Caleb is here, to figure out if Ava has consciousness, is confirmed right now. And he has a choice to tell his alcoholic boss about it or be the good guy and not tell him about it. Movie accidentally inspires the set design for HBO's Westworld.
I thought that search engines were a map of what people were thinking, but actually they were a map of how people were thinking.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about how Brazilian donkey orgies work yesterday. Jesus Christ, you'd think Ava would already know what kind of wig, dress, stockings combination would give Caleb a boner so that he'll help her escape. But this is taking forever. Boners aren't that hard, Ava. I mean, wait. Discount Natalie Portman.
I'm wondering if you're watching me on the cameras, and I hope you are.
Ava is a fantastic character. She's playing Caleb like a fiddle. It's a wonder to behold. Hell, I know what she's up to, and I'm already like, leave me in the building when the security system shuts down and locks me inside forever. I love you. Hope everything works out for you on the outside.
Now your micro-expressions are telegraphing discomfort.
I am not sure you'd call them micro.
This is the part of the Turing test where Caleb tries to assess if Ava knows he's talking about his dick. Also, 50 Shades of AI. Robot masturbation. Also, this reminds me of the movie Sliver. God damn you for making me remember that.
Why is that your thing? Because you did a detailed analysis of all racial types and you cross-referenced that analysis with a points-based system? No, you just attracted the black chicks.
Nerdsplaining. Foreshadowing. Also, where does Nathan get all this fresh food? I mean, this is salmon, right? Does he have the food delivery service go through the same land a helicopter a mile away and follow the river process that Caleb went through? Or does someone parachute crates of food in along with the beer supply?
Okay, he let his mind go blank and his hand go where it wanted.
Apparently that happens a lot in Hollywood.
I'm Kirk, your head's the warp drive. Engage intellect.
Engage was a Picard thing. Do you even Star Trek, bro?
Power cut.
Since we know Ava is causing these power cuts, and we know that she's doing it by touching induction plates, and because I itch when I don't write sins for a long time, I should note that Ava doesn't touch the thing that causes the power cut until after the power cut officially starts. Also, why is there a charging station on the stool she sits on? The movie never really is clear about where all the access points are, but there's clearly one on the stool. Like an iPhone user who needs 3 different chargers because those things lose juice so fast you gotta make your entire living space dedicated to keeping the battery working.
Don't you think it's possible that he's watching us? Right now? That the blackouts are orchestrated so he can see how we behave when we think we're unobserved.
This is a pretty good guess by Caleb here, but why the would he say this now if this is his suspicion? And why would he lie to Nathan in the first place?
If I reverse the power flow, it overloads the system.
You're causing the cuts.
In a movie full of twists and turns, this is so obvious it almost feels like it shouldn't be true. But once you find out it is Ava causing the power cuts, then you have to wonder how neither Caleb nor Nathan already figured this out.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all. In fact, the similarity of how Alex Garland lingers on natural beauty and technological beauty is stunning and full of thematic meaning. This is an artist in complete control of dynamic visual storytelling. One of the most confusingly joyful movie moments of all time. I'm taking another sin off. When visiting beautiful Norway, be sure to take in the beautiful mountains. The many beautiful act break mountains. Mountains usher in Act 3, so saith Shakespeare.
What's your earliest memory?
Well, actually, it's a memory of kindergarten. There was a kid.
Lie.
How the does she know that? This seems like something that Caleb believes is his earliest memory. So what kind of facial giveaway would tell Ava that he's lying when he doesn't think he is?
Power cut. Backup power activated.
At this point, if Nathan can't figure out that Ava's doing this, I'm really beginning to wonder if all that alcohol has killed his brain cells responsible for recognizing obviousness.
Why did you make Ava?
The better question is how he kept it a secret. There's no possible way that one person alone crafted this level of mechanical and computational intricacy. If Ava existed, there would be hundreds of people who had a hand in making her, and many more who would know she was around.
In sleep, in confusion, in the depths of shame, the good deeds a man has done before defend him.
It's Promethean, man.
Someone went to the Promethean school of getting drunk on things. The last third of this movie hammers home that Nathan's top technology is relying on a goddamn keycard instead of any biometric security to get around the compound. I mean, I used a keycard for clocking in at my last retail job, for f***'s sake. And no security on the computers either. Are we sure Nathan isn't trying to get hacked? Thankfully, Nathan has all his past AI tests filed neatly on his computer for Caleb to get whatever exposition he needs for the given moment. Kyoko might not understand English, but she understands that it's now time to reveal she's AI, so we can keep this plot plotting. She 3PO.
I don't know, man. I woke up this morning to a tape of you slicing your arm open and punching the mirror.
Wait, was that real? How did that level of injury not require medical attention? Did he stitch himself back up?
It allows me to do this in full view of you both. Place a new camera in the room. Battery powered, of course.
What exactly is that camera pointing at, though? The wall? How could it ever get a good enough angle to see and hear everything? Also, how did he know Caleb would watch it from this angle? He's got multiple angles to choose from. Also, how would Caleb have seen a camera in Nathan's hand anyway? Also, times 3, ripping up her picture was totally unnecessary. Remember when Nathan showed up to the room in the first place? He was already in a perfect position to put the camera where he did without anyone noticing. Why go through all that trouble? Plus, not that it matters, but there's no way for him to know that Caleb would be watching. Also times 4. This sort of diversion would have been even better if we'd got to see it the first time, rather than cutting ominously to a Jackson Pollock painting like the movie did when this came up. It would have been fun to see Caleb's perspective, and to see if the diversion would have fooled us, the viewer. I mean, how could this be the angle of the camera Nathan hidden here? I mean, he's right at the glass in this shot, but here the camera appears to be way behind this. Am I missing something in the perspective? It's hilarious how Nathan needs to see 3 different angles of Ava walking around the hallway to confirm what the very first camera angle already told him. Aw, that's cute. The fembots are reenacting the end of Lost in Translation. Ex machina, sex machina, ex machina. Not that this et tu compute moment isn't powerful and all, but are we supposed to believe Ava reprogrammed her this quick through some sort of whisper touch therapy? Damn, did Nathan create her with a glass chin or something? I thought this was a robot, not Vladimir Klitschko. The structure of this movie is one of my favorite things about it, but aren't we past the session title cards at this point? Within the context of what just happened, the use of one here makes 0 sense. I don't doubt that Nathan throws a mean right hook that would lay Caleb out for a while, but the fact that he wakes up just as Ava arrives is suspicious at best. Not that we can really show you the visual evidence with all the nudity and such, but there's no way Ava could fit this other android's skin on herself this perfectly. The shapes and tones are different, and at the risk of being too observant, I'm not even sure the carpet actually matches the carpet. Pretty impressive that Nathan woke himself up, changed shirts, then re-stabbed himself, because this is a lot lower and to the left than where Ava actually got it. Like a boss, Ava leaves Caleb locked in the building, fulfilling her mission to escape. The power of boners officially strikes out, and for whatever reason, I can't be happier about it. How does Ava even know where the exit is? She's never been out of her room, and this compound seems like it's confusing as f***. And if Kyoko gave her the plans, couldn't we have seen some lesbianic data transfer? Ava! Don't worry, dude. Apparently you've got an endless supply of booze to help transition you to a sweet, peaceful death. Atonal donal! So the power went out so Ava could escape at 10 p.m., and the helicopter was coming at 8 a.m. the next morning. Let's say Ava spent a little extra time getting her skin and hair on, but 10 hours? This helicopter pilot must have zero questions about who he's picking up. You mean to tell me he didn't think he was picking up a man by the name of Caleb today? Well, we're all f***ed. Hopefully.
He's gonna reprogram your AI, which is the same as killing you.
Oh.
Take your key card.
Do you have a name?
Yes. Ava.
He named you. Must be special.
Well, you know my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
Limitless resource of vocal and facial interaction.
You hacked the world's cell phones?
This is wrong.
However, you would not be wasting your time if you were dancing with her.
What is that gentleman there wearing?
That's the double deep V from our Out of Bounds collection. It's pretty advanced stuff.
Buried in these walls is enough fiber optic cable to reach the moon and lasso it.
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
I invented Post-its.
Question 2.
What is a capital of City?
That's gonna leave a mark.